Hey, welcome, and thanks for stopping by the Doodle Clubhouse. This time on this episode, we're drawing Luigi's Mansion from Super Mario Bros., of course. So we're going to start out with the base structure. And once we have that, we're going to add the roof and some more details like the windows and a couple doors. So I hope you'll stick with me through this whole drawing, and by the end it will all come together and make sense. So I'm just going to color in this rectangle here. And if you're new to this channel, we put out art videos every day, which includes tutorials, speed drawings, and other related art videos. So I'm just going to make this a little darker. And then we're going to add our roof. So it's going to be, the roof is going to be structured like so. Almost like it'd be a triangle if these two sides kept going. So I'm just going to color that in quickly. And we're going to make these points kind of arc slightly up at the bottom. There's going to be two of these sort of squares at the top, almost like two chimneys. And then there's going to be one in the middle. And we're going to add a roof to this middle square as well. So we're going to grab the same green color here, and this one's going to be pretty much a triangle. We're going to start with a triangle, and then we're going to arc the corners like the bigger roof. Okay. Now we can go ahead and start adding some windows. Hopefully it's going to start looking like a mansion soon. So there's going to be 3 of these window shapes going into the brighter green roof. I'm just going to add a little bit to each side, make it a little longer. And we're going to add some gray. It's going to be like some gray pillars on the ends. And you could do this in whatever digital paint program that you find works for yourself. I'm using Photoshop, but everyone might not have access to Photoshop. So you could use MS Paint or some sort of digital painting app on your iPhone or tablet that you find in the App Store. Just find something that you like and works for you. We're working all on one layer, so it's a pretty straightforward digital painting or digital drawing. Not too complicated as long as you follow along. You could definitely draw something just as good or better. So we're just adding these little pillars to each side, and we're going to add some darker gray. I'm going to kind of make these look like angry faces or like skulls on Luigi's mansion, just to make it a little spookier. And I'm going to grab one level darker, almost black, but not quite. We're going to add a little bit more dark gray and add a little more depth. And down at the bottom. There we go. Now I'm gonna grab the same color as the roof, and I'm gonna draw these lines. Kind of squiggly from what the reference image looks like. And we're gonna draw it right across, and then one more. Right here, almost in the middle, but closer to the bottom. So now we're gonna have a structure and know exactly where all the windows go, which is pretty helpful. We're gonna draw the door. And it's going to be a little brighter because it's kind of like a focal point. So we can make that a little brighter and then grab our gray And then a slightly darker gray. And then we're gonna start drawing the steps. And we'll grab our darkest gray and add the lines for the steps leading up to the door. And we're gonna grab a slightly lighter green than the structure of the mansion, and we're gonna just draw a little bit of a base. Oops, what happened there? All right, we're gonna zoom out a little bit. Just want to show you what we got so far. So far we have sort of a structure to work with, and we can add all our windows and our other details, like there's gonna be like a door up here and a pathway. So we're gonna go in and draw the rest of it. I'm gonna grab the handy gray and we're gonna draw a bunch of windows. Gonna be 4 on each side. And then there's gonna be 2 yellow ones in the middle. They're gonna be yellow because that's sort of what makes them appear like they're on. It's like the lights are on inside. We'll add a couple details. I'm gonna grab black. And I'm just gonna draw some black dots. Now we're gonna draw some windows down here. And we're going to draw the bigger windows up here. And then there's going to be a door up here, kind of shaped like a keyhole. And then we're going to grab our black again and draw some details on the windows. I'm going to make these windows a little different down at the bottom, just to try to add a little bit of interest, just so it's not so repetitive. And I'll do the same style windows up here. I'm gonna add some roof lines, like to try to depict the roofing, like there's tiles on it, kind of like a roof would have. We're just gonna draw some simple black lines. And they don't have to be perfectly straight. It's okay to make them not perfect. Oops. Just gonna make it a little smaller so I can fit some more stuff in the picture here. We're gonna draw it's sitting on like kind of a hill, and then we're going to draw a pathway leading up to the doorway. And I'll color that in, make my brush a little bigger and color it. I'm gonna add a little squares to try to resemble some bricks. And then I'll grab a black again, and we're gonna add some trees and try to make them look kind of spooky. So it looks like I created a second layer. somewhere along the line, which was pretty unnecessary, but it happened. And if you don't know what that means, don't worry. It's probably not important anyways. I'm gonna redraw that one. And we're gonna put one on this side to keep the image kind of balanced. And we're gonna draw some big ones here, kind of using them as leading lines to direct the eye into the image. And it's gonna kind of appear like they're in the foreground, like closer to the viewer, opposed to the background. And I'm gonna draw Boo, the ghost, and then we're gonna probably leave it there. I'm gonna make him on his own layer so I can move him around. So there you have it, Luigi's Mansion. Yeah, drawn here on Doodle Clubhouse, based on the old game of Luigi's Haunted Mansion. And if you liked the video, leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. Other than that, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time here on Doodle Clubhouse.